take care of you.
Happy hump day, y'all. Happy hump day. It's your girl, Adrian. I am here. Let me get this camera set up and fixed up for everyone. What is going on? How y'all been doing today? I flipped my camera, so if you see me looking the wrong way at the camera, it's because I have no idea where I'm supposed to be looking at now that it is on the side. But that is neither here nor there because today we are here to chat with our diary spotlight, and that spotlight is shining on Sedaria Williams of the Arides Public Relations Company. So we are going to sit here and wait for Sedaria to join us, and I will bring her in. And so again, forgive me for looking at the wrong side of the camera. I feel like my camera is over there, but once she comes on, it won't matter. I won't be looking the wrong way and looking crazy when I'm looking at my phone. So it looks like she may be on, so I'm just going to wait until she sends the request. Up there she is. Okay, so we are adding her in. We're just going to wait for her to join in, and then we're going to get this party started. Let's see. Did it do it? Did approve. Facebook be acting so suspect sometimes with these live situations because it still says adding. So we are adding her in here. Just waiting for it to approve it, I guess. Oops, it went away. Okay, there it says now it's connected. There she is.
Hi.
How are
Trying to get
you?
everything set up. I'm wonderful. How are you? How is
I
everybody?
am doing wonderful. Thank you so much. This
Good.
is good. Well, we
Thank
finally
you.
got it to work.
I know, right? This is crazy. Technology, huh? So crazy.
And I wanted to do it on Instagram. I tried doing it on Instagram at first,
Uh-huh.
but then it wouldn't let me save the video. So I was like, all right,
Oh,
let me try
wow.
it on Facebook.
Okay. Gotcha.
But
Well,
thank you so much for joining us today. I
thank
certainly
you.
appreciate you being here with us.
No problem. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
And I know you said you had a little dentist appointment, so thank
Yes.
you even more.
No problem. Hey, if I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. You gotta fight through it. So, yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you. So go ahead and introduce yourself to everyone. I did a brief intro before you came, but
Right.
go ahead and introduce yourself.
Well, my name is Sedaria Williams. I'm the founder of Arides Public Relations. Opened that back in 2012. Um, I'm a wife, a mother, daughter, sister, friend. And also recently, I'm a published author. So I've been
Great.
able to do like so many different things, and I don't set boundaries on myself. So I just love to just do what I do, and that's me. you know.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
So you are born and raised in Memphis, still living in Memphis?
Yes. Born and raised in Memphis, still here, home of B.B. King, Elvis Presley, Aretha Franklin, the Memphis Tigers, the Memphis Grizzlies, so whatever, and good barbecue. So,
I've heard.
yeah,
I've been to Tennessee a couple of times, but I have not been to Memphis.
you got
So
to come to Memphis.
I
Yes,
know, I
you will
know.
love it. Southern hospitality.
And you all have what is it like a fair or a street or something that everybody come Bill
Bill
Street?
Street. Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
yes. So
Bill
I've heard
Street.
about Bill Street.
Yes. Bill
So
Street
and you
is.
have been working in now before you opened Eritas PR in 2012. Have you
Mhm.
always been working in PR or was this your first forte into it?
Originally, before I started in PR, I actually wanted to do something else, which was either singing or songwriting. I kind of was kind of not gonna say pushed, but I was asked to do PR for a friend that was drafted into the NBA and the NFL, two separate people, and
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
so they were like, I trust you. I think you'll be good at this. You're always good at talking with people and saying the right words and doing the right thing. Would you help me? So it was kind of like, okay, yeah, I'll do it. And it just became a thing to me, like, oh, I can do this. Like this,
Right.
I can seriously make this a career, and um, I started from there. So, and here I am today.
And so is that your market, right? Are you more into sports PR and is
Um, I'm more into sports PR. However, I do love lifestyle brands, and businesses. I want to also start to focus on small businesses as well, because even with the new age of technology, there are so many different things that small businesses can do to leverage their visibility, where they can continue to market themselves and gain increase their income. So I would just say I definitely a little bit of everything. So yeah.
which is mostly how we are. Like we
Right.
do a little bit of everything.
Exactly, exactly. So it's not just one thing. It's just a plethora. So if I think I can do it, I'm gonna try and I'm gonna do it. So
I know that's right. I
yeah,
know that's right.
yeah,
So I was looking now, this is absolutely a major achievement. One of my questions for everyone is, specialized talents, major achievements or accomplishments.
right.
And Miss Ma'am had the pleasure of bringing American icon and legend,
Yes,
Jerry Lee Lewis. Let me
yes,
say it again. Jerry Lee Lewis
yes, yes.
out of retirement and back to Memphis to accept a music award and to perform. How was that?
That was like probably one of the most eye-opening experiences ever, because you have anytime you're dealing in sports and entertainment, you're going to meet people, but when you meet someone that's considered an icon in the American
Mhm.
culture and in the American music business, and then for them to talk to you and to speak to you and to give you like jewels of knowledge and to say you're doing great, and they liked
Mhm.
everything that you were doing. Like, it was just humbling. And I mean, it
Mhm.
was it was the best experience I've ever had in PR. To see him, because at that time I believe he had some hip surgery and some other things, but he wanted to like come home, and he was very excited. His family was very excited, for him to get back up and to be on that piano. And he was only
Wow.
supposed to do one song. I think
Don't you
he
love
ended up
it?
I think he ended up doing like three or four, and everybody was like, "Are we really seeing this man?" I'm like, he was still doing the same thing. It was like he was never sick. So it was an
Wow,
amazing experience, like
that
humbling.
is awesome. I
Yes.
think I felt that way. I met Latoya Jackson one year,
Yeah.
and for me, it was like, whoa, I'm meeting a Jackson. Like you may not
Right.
be Michael Jackson,
Right. But it's a
but you are
Jackson.
a Jackson nonetheless. So I was like,
Exactly.
wow.
Exactly. And that's one of the things about PR, that you're able to be put in positions to meet people that you never thought that you would meet, or to just have them to see something in you that a lot of people probably would never have an opportunity to see. And so, just again, like I said, meeting his wife, being around some of his family members, it was like one of those things I can tell my grandchildren, like, hey,
Mhm.
I did this, or I was able to, have an experience with this person. So I loved it. I loved every
That's
minute of it.
amazing.
Yes.
That's amazing. Now, I know you said that you were pulled into this world. So,
Yeah.
what is it that you actually wanted to be when you grew up?
I actually wanted to be a singer. Anybody that knew me, like say elementary, high school, that's what I wanted to do. That was the goal. That was everything that I was doing. Had opportunity to go to American Idol twice and make it to like the third rounds twice. Yes. Um, yes. So I mean, that was my thing. Um, but
Wow.
but of course, God had other plans, you
Right.
know. But
Right.
but still, singing, songwriting is still a passion for me. I
Okay.
still write, even if I don't, sing. But I still write, and I still, dabble in my books. I would hope to probably get into that later on. But anything that was music, that's what I wanted to do.
You about to
So,
blow a little bit for us? You
nope,
going to let?
nope.
Wow. Hey, get the exclusive on here.
No, see, no, It's been so long since I've really
Oh,
sang. What happened was back in 2009, I had a surgery that was to save my life.
wow.
And one of the things that was stated was, either it's your life or your voice.
Oh,
And
wow.
so the vocal cords were damaged. However, since that surgery, I've always did exercises and still was sing around the house and was still
Mm-hmm.
sing in church to kind of make sure that I didn't lose what I did, maintain.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of shy away a little bit,
Oh,
accessing. Hopefully, I might get to it. That's something I still pray about. But as far as music, you come to my house and that's all you hear. You
I
know.
love it.
So
I
yeah,
love it. Music just always has a way of speaking to the soul. It
it
tells so many
does.
stories and
It
everything.
does. It
So,
does. Yeah, it does. So very grateful.
so what else is it? Excuse me.
Hmm.
I'm sorry. So what else? I know it says that you are working on yourself. Okay.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
Right?
as publicists, sometimes we put so much into everybody else that we don't focus on ourselves. Um,
Absolutely.
and one of the things I kept hearing was, "Why don't you focus on yourself? Why don't you, do for yourself?" And so that's what I began to do.
I
Yeah,
know that's right. So
yeah.
how many books have you written so far?
This is actually the first one that I put out, but I am in the
Oh,
process of, I have two more that I've been writing on for like the past maybe 4 or 5 months.
okay.
But this was the first one. I was very excited about it. Anybody that, again, that knows me, I've always been an advocate for Black women and Black girls, simply
Mhm.
because we just did not have enough representation, and it
Right.
just seems like everybody and everything was so against us that I was like, somebody has to take that, responsibility. And I was like, why not me? I was raised by a Black woman. I'm a Black woman, and I've raised a young Black woman.
Mhm.
So it was kind of like the time is now with everything that's going on. There's no better time other than now. So that book kind of came about, and I was able to put it out, and I'm very excited about it. People have gravitated to it, and I think that it's a slow process. But one of the key things is there was a guy that sent me a message, and he was like, I'm so sick and tired of the books that put down the Black men, or they're always talking
Mhm.
about we're dogs. And I was like, have you read the book? And he was like, I haven't, I don't need to, looking at the title. And I was like, yeah, I know, right? And I was like, I challenge you to read the book first, and then you'll
Mhm.
see. So he read the book, and he sent me an apology. He was like, I'm very sorry. He
Nice.
was like, I should have read the book first. He said, but this is
Nice.
not what I thought. And I was like, and that was my point, because there's no pointing fingers. It's more or less what we have to do as a community, and what we have to do as an individual to make sure that not only our women but our girls are able to come up in a society where they feel like they're protected. And right now that's not happening. So
So tell us about the book. We keep saying the book. What's the
the book.
book? Tell us about the book.
Well, the name of the book is called Protect Me, A Guide to Protect Young Black Women from Black Male Pickup Artists. So a lot of people, yeah, yeah. So I mean, it's a way to talk about the stereotypes and the myths that are associated with Black women, the sister girl attitude, ghetto ratchet, or whatever, we've been called. The book is it's a conversation. What I've heard from a lot of the readers, they was like, I feel like I'm having a conversation with my girlfriend when I'm reading your book. You're not pointing fingers. You're not trying to make people feel bad about, what's going on. But what you're trying to do is enlighten them to say, hey, the only people that can change the narrative about a Black woman is a Black woman. So therefore, if I can do what I need to and show, a different approach or a different side, then, maybe I can, the next woman can be like, I can too. So I would say it's a powerful book. Those are the words that I've heard. And then I'm hoping to take it a step further, by reaching out to our young women that are at HBCUs, and not just HBCUs, but PWIs as well, and maybe get people the conversation going where people can understand that it's more than just a stereotype. You're causing friction in communities and at the workplace and at home and in educational settings. Like, it's something that is demeaning, any woman that's of color. So if I can change it, why not? Why not do it and make that my focal point? So
Absolutely. I love it. And we definitely need more of it.
yeah.
So, that being said, it's a perfect segue into the next question, which was, what would you tell your younger self that could help you now, or that could have helped you during the process of becoming you?
Um, to not allow society to tell me what I can and can't do. Um, I know a lot of people I've heard this saying, jack of all trade, or a learner of none, or something like that. And
Master of none.
yeah, I don't believe that. I believe that you can be a jack of all trades or a Jill of all trades, if that's what you desire to be. Just because you learn one thing doesn't mean that that's the only thing in life that you have to do or that you're required to do, because we have many talents. Um, we look at some celebrities that are actors, but that can sing very well. Or we see singers, that can draw very well or are very artistic. So you have many talents. And I just want to hone into those. And I would just tell myself, no matter what society says, do what makes you happy, even if it's not popular. Do what makes you happy. Don't allow someone to stigmatize or stereotype you into not reaching for any and everything that you feel like you desire and that you own. So for me, it which is the next book. It's for words. Yeah, it's for words that every Black woman needs to know and that we need to say. And it's, forget your status quo. I don't care about your status quo. Your status quo does not make me who I am. I
Right.
decide who I am. I decide what I need to do, and that's what it's going to be.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
That is so
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
And that goes for, what you would say, or what we like to tell people who want to follow in our footsteps, people who are
Right.
coming behind us.
Right.
Because you do, if you are allowing yourself the opportunity to be you, then people will see that. So,
Right.
what do you feel like the people who are coming after you, who are looking at
Yeah.
you and have seen your things? Because, and I'm gonna go find this American Idol. Is it on? Can I find it online somewhere?
You can't find it. It was the section right before, because it's like certain stuff that people don't realize in reality TV, but it was the step right before the show. The act when you actually get with the judges. So I was able to pass the first two rounds
Got
and
you.
get the, but I see, like, I have some high school friends that are watching, so they would tell you that I was just I, singing was my life. Singing was everything for me. But again, I have so many different talents that it was
Mm-hmm.
kind of like, if I probably would have never experienced that life, issue, would I have, delved into would I have written the book? Would I have
Mm-hmm.
stepped into PR and worked with, professional athletes or celebrities or, different businesses and lifestyles brands, like, would I have done that if I would have continued to do, or went that path? So that's how I kind of look at it.
I remember was that a television show, or it was maybe on the internet, something where you can see your life through different outcomes. So it's like, if I
Yeah.
did this, would it have ended up this way? But if I
Yeah.
did that, would it have ended up that way?
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's very interesting when you
Yes.
look at it. Like, okay, so if I went down this path, then this wouldn't have happened. So
Right.
you know, there's always consequences. The consequences don't necessarily mean negative. It's just
Right.
always.
Exactly. Exactly.
So have you done everything that you want to do?
Um.
And I can't even say in terms of PR now, because like you said, we just doing it all. So
Right.
you
Right.
know, what
I
else
have.
is it that you want?
I mean, I still want to do more PR, and I want to bring more of a focal point um, towards women that's in the industry,
Mhm.
and of course, minority women that are in the industry. Um, I want to, of course, write more books, and I want to become more of an advocate for everything that I'm doing. And I'm kind of a laid back, kind of in the cut, I don't really say a lot type of person. And that's kind of
Mhm.
how, I want to be, because everything doesn't have to be seen. And I know a lot of people say, well, you have to be seen, you need to be out there. And it's very true. But there's a lot of things that I want to do, that I want to do behind the scenes. I want to help more girls, young girls, go to school. I want to help them become, look at different avenues of, entrepreneurship and
Mhm.
businesses, and making a lifestyle choice that will not only set them up for life, but also set up their families, their children, and their children's children, which is something that I think a lot of us never really um, had the privilege to, and we're trying to make up for it now. So it's a lot of things. I want my PR business to grow. I wanted to continue to magnify and bring visibility and awareness to brands, and not just brands, but people that are in need of it, and that are wanting to make a difference, not just to increase their income and their profits, but to also, increase awareness about certain social justices that they're, tied to, or to just try to make the world a better place, period. So I have a lot of work to do. I trust you me. I have so many different things that I'm trying to do that it's unbelievable. Yeah.
Now, do
So
you have those laid out into next steps, or are you just breaking it off branch by branch? Like, how do you plan on doing that?
they're break.
Especially with your books, because I know you said, and I apologize for cutting you off, but I
No,
know
you're
you have
fine.
another book.
Mhm.
So when did this book, your first book, when did that one come out?
This book came out in February of this year. So this is
Okay.
March, April, May. Yeah. So it's only been out about 4 months. And
Okay.
it's, like I said, it's doing very well. So it's like I'm just picking and choosing which one I think is best. Like there's no right time for anything, but I'm just
Hmm.
picking
Hmm.
as I see fit. Like once I think, or once I know I'm satisfied with one thing, then I'll go to the next, and I'll just keep pushing for every last one of them. So I don't give myself a schedule. I just know
Hmm.
that I have work that needs to be done, and I'm going to make sure that it gets done.
I know that's
Yes, so that's about all I can do, honey. That's about all I
I
can
know
do.
that's right.
Yes.
Now, looking at the entertainment, because you're on both sides, entertainment,
Right.
sports, but then also an author now. So, have you seen things that you feel are taboo in those industries, or one that stands out more than the other one?
Um, just the way that women are portrayed, the way women are seen when it comes to the industry. We have a lot of work to do. Um, I don't know any other way to say it other than we have a lot of work to do, and not just for women, but of minority women. We just have a lot of work to do. We have a lot
Mhm.
of things that needs to be addressed. We have a lot of things um, that needs to be, I guess you could say, removed, stapled. But again, the only way to do that is to first have the conversation, and then from that conversation, make those resolutions. And when we make those resolutions, bring them to pass, not just put them on a piece of paper and walk away from them. So,
I say that all of the time because it's a
yeah,
lot of meeting. Let's meet, let's talk, let's chat, let's get together. But
yeah,
then, it stays the same. Nothing ever happens
exactly.
from the meetings.
Exactly. So that's my only key. Like, you have to make the work. You have to make the plan, but also do the work. And that's the thing that I'm trying to do right now. I just want to make it work. I want to do the work and just show other people that it can be done. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not going to ask you, I'm going to mention because my question was, what's one myth about the industry that you would like to set straight? And so when I read your answer, I was like, Lord, because you said it is not red carpets, award shows, and traveling, which is all anybody sees.
Yes. It is not, what's her name? Samantha in Sex in the City. It is not, that is, it's not always peaches and cream. And people think, it's a lot of money, but typically, I mean, you can fare well in this industry. But
Mhm,
again, with every leverage of you gaining more clients and gaining visibility, and people know you and they know your type of work,
mhm,
you will, continue to grow. But it's not just, it's it's not a glamorous life. I mean,
right.
and you would know, when you have clients that are, you're on a specific retainer and you're on call,
Mhm.
and that means 24 hours a day. That means if that phone rings
Yes.
at 2 o'clock in the morning, you
Yes.
have, yeah, you have to answer. And I remember with one client, 11 o'clock at night, and it was like, hey, I need you at such and such. And I'm like, okay, give me, like, give me a couple of hours. Let me get some, transportation. And it's like, you have to go. So it's not all the way glamorous. However, it's a good feeling when you're able to do for your clients and give them what they ask for, give them what they need, give them the answers
Mhm.
that they're seeking, and for them to know that you're not just a business. I treat them the way that I want to be treated. So it's not just a
Mhm.
paycheck to me. Like, I'm going to treat you the same way I would want someone to treat me. That's the same respect. That's the time. That's just whatever it is that they need. That's what I'm going to give them. So,
That's right. And I've said that too because, people see us out, they see us at the event, so they see us
yeah,
on the red carpet. And
yeah,
everybody is like, oh, take me with you. You need an assistant. Can I do this, that, and the
right,
third? But they don't see the flip side that you haven't been to sleep
right.
in 3 days or that,
Yes,
like you've been babysitting
yes.
adults for 24 hours.
Yes, it's hard work, especially when you have a family,
Mhm.
and it just so happens that my husband and my daughter have been very supportive. Even, my other family members, have always been very supportive. And some people don't have that, and I'm
Right.
pretty sure it's probably harder for them, to do what they do. Um, but yeah, the red carpets are fine. Going to different award shows is great. Having events where there's a celebrity presence there is great. Or, I mean, it's all great, but it's still hard work. Period. Point blank. It's not always peachy.
Yeah.
Mm-mm. That's the myth. It's not always peachy.
It is
So,
not. So, is there
yeah.
anything else that you want to share with our audience? Anything else that they should know about you?
Within the public relations industry, it's a very fickle business. However, with determination, yeah, and you're like, yeah, because you just have to, make networking, connections, meet people such as
Mhm.
yourself, where we all really kind of stand behind each other and give us like that little push that we may need every day, or just a text or a phone call or email, to
Mhm.
just say to never give up. and that I'm going to still do everything that I can, especially public relations here in Memphis. Um, and everywhere I go, of course, I'm repping Memphis, whether it's Atlanta or LA or Houston. Like wherever I go, I'm still repping Memphis, my city. But that I'm hopefully you'll see more of me, whether it's from the PR side with my clients or myself, and just watch out.
I know that's right. We will be looking for you.
Yeah, that's all I can say. Just watch out.
Now, I love this final thought that you gave when you said never construct yourself to one opportunity. Become a well-rounded person that can adapt to any situation while expanding the knowledge you have.
Yes.
This is so real.
Yes. Yes. People laugh because the master's degrees, well, one master's degree would be complete actually in 1 month. But then then the second master's degree is something totally different, and people don't understand why. They was like, what do they have to do with the other? The first master's is in an MBA with a concentration in sports administration. And then the second one is in clinical mental health psychology. And I say, I say that because with athletes, it may seem again like a glorious job and you're making all this money, but they have real issues and real problems. Entrepreneurs and business owners have real issues and real problems. So most of the time they don't want to talk to someone outside of their circle. So if I can be that one-stop shop, so to speak, where they can get the PR side, but then they might need a counselor or something like this. So I look at it from like I said, I want to be a well-rounded person that has, retained knowledge that I'm able to give, not just to people that I work with, but just anybody else. And then for them to take that knowledge and then to move forward and to go somewhere else. So I don't mind sharing, but I just want to make sure that I'm not so closed in a box. I'm not in the box type of, person. Like I'm out there. But just maintain and continue to get all kind of knowledge that you can.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
That's great. And those do, and sometimes you have to do things that don't seem like they align to the people looking in from the outside, because you know what you're trying to do, or what you have planned. So it may not be for you to understand.
Right, exactly.
You're gonna be like, oh,
right. I'm telling you. And it's not for people to understand, but once they see it, then they're like, oh, okay, like you said. And I want to be that person to say, like, you know what, just keep doing it. Just do you. No matter what nobody else says, like, you just do you. So
that's right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. This has been great. I love that we were able to chat and get to know you a little more. Regardless of what you say, I'm still going to look for some singing content online.
Oh my God.
I'm trying somewhere, Jesus.
Right, see? I'm probably have to try to find one and send it to you.
I appreciate that. Well, tell everybody how they can connect with you and with your company.
They can connect with me on Instagram, my personal @TheRealSedaria or @Eridis_PR, and just go from there. Facebook the same as well.
I know that's right. Well, thank you so much, Sedaria. This has been awesome. This interview will be posted on our YouTube page as well as our Facebook page. It's going to get a little janky 1 minute on Instagram. So I'm going to go through and find a good 1 minute to post on Instagram, but then the full video will be on YouTube and Facebook. So thank you all, everybody, for watching. Sedaria, thank you again.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Have a good one.
You do the same.